Hello, welcome to this 1 hour slow vinyasa flow. For this practice, you may like to use a couple of blocks. And if you don't have blocks, shoe boxes work too. So blocks or shoe boxes. And you might also like to have a blanket or a bath towel for our starting pose and easy seat, or for when we're kneeling under your knees. That might be a comfort to you. Go ahead and grab your props, and I'll meet you back here on your mat. Hopefully, you're getting into your seated position, legs crossed, taking a breath here and just recognizing how you're arriving this evening. Feeling the sit bones into the ground beneath you. Nice long spine and your crown of your head reaching for the sky. Taking a breath here and noticing the room around you, noticing the sounds. Taking inventory of how your breath is feeling in your body. Noticing the temperature in the room. And just being mindful of the thoughts that you're having right now, how you're coming to this moment. Maybe you're like me and you have worked a full day and you're coming to the end of your day, so you're a bit tired. Maybe you have a to-do list that you have yet to get done, or you're thinking about what's on the agenda for tomorrow. I invite you to take a breath in and sigh it all out your mouth. In this October month, month of October, I'm focusing on letting go. And this month I have just been focused on how the different areas in which I am doing my best to let go in my life. Letting go of negative thoughts, letting go of my expectations for other people, myself included, living more present, letting go of past regrets, again, living more present, being mindful, prayerful, and just letting go, giving things to God that belong to Him and not trying to take those things on for myself. And it's a struggle. Taking a breath in here and out. Let's warm up our spine. Inhale with our arms up overhead. Exhale, right arm comes down and left arm comes over top while our left hip stays anchored into the ground. Thinking of those things that we're letting go. Maybe it's muscles. Today we need to let go of some muscles. Inhaling up. Exhaling other side. Tension in our spine and our back. Maybe in our wrists. It might be a nice time to roll your wrists. Inhaling up. Exhaling other side. Inhaling up. Exhaling other side. Inhaling up. And on your exhale, twisting to the right this time. Nice long spine. Taking a breath in here. And on our exhale, maybe going a little more if that's comfortable in your body, but being gentle with yourself. Not expecting ourselves to do more than we should. Our bodies will tell us we are doing too much if we start to feel some pain and ache. Inhaling up, exhaling other side. Nice and gentle. Inhaling to grow tall. And exhaling to maybe go a little further, releasing any tension. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, twisting to the right again. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the left. And inhale back to center. Arms and hands to heart center. Closing our eyes here. As you're closing your eyes, and on your inhale, can you feel the breath in your lower belly and into your ribs and your chest? And on your exhale, feeling your chest deflate, your ribs and your belly. Just taking a couple of breaths here on your own, noticing where you're feeling your breath and your body expand on inhales, and how your body deflates on exhales. In Ecclesiastes 3, it says, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. And as I was reflecting on that this week, I was thinking about all the things that I'd love to see get done, all the things that I want to accomplish, and yet I can't get it all done. I can't do everything. There's not enough time. There are things that come up, and so I have to let go of my expectations. And maybe there's things in your life that the Lord is asking you to let go of in this season. And maybe He's not asking you to let go of that idea or that dream or that desire forever. Maybe it's just for this season. But always in prayer and asking Him, seeking our Lord, remembering that He's the one who's always for us, not against us, even when the answer is not yet or no. Inhaling, arms up, and exhaling, hands to heart center. We're going to do some cat-cow. So I invite you to take that blanket that might be underneath you, put it to the side, and meet me in tabletop. With our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees under our hips. And we're going to link our breath. So every movement, we'll inhale and we'll be moving, and then exhaling and moving the other way. So on our inhales, we'll lift our tailbone up, belly down, chest forward, and chin up. Exhaling, chin down, pressing into the ground, feeling a spread between the shoulder blades and tail tucks under. Inhaling, tail comes up, chest forward, chin up. Exhale, chin down, round back, tuck tail. Do that a few times on your own breath. Feeling each vertebrae respond to your breath, allowing the breath to lead the movement. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then meet me in table. From here, press into the floor with our hands, curling our toes under. We're going to lift our knees up for just a little bit here, just a few inches off, engaging our core. And then exhale, coming back down. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, lifting our knees up just a little bit. And then exhale, coming back down. This time as we lift our knees off the ground, I invite you to walk to the top of your mat. in a forward fold. Just enjoying this stretch. Taking a deep breath in here. And exhaling, sighing it out. Maybe rocking side to side. Wiggle your toes. Notice how your breath is feeling, if you can feel it in your back body or not. Next inhale, bend your knees, lift your body and your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do some sun salutation A. Sun salutation A. So we'll begin with our nice sturdy mountain, our foundational pose. Wiggling our toes, making sure that the 3 points, the balls of our feet and our heels, are nicely rooted into the ground. Soft, responsive knees, hips over our knees, long spine. Just checking in with our shoulders. Nice long neck, crown of the head reaches for the ceiling or the sky above you. Feeling strong in this mountain. We'll begin. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant and press back to your plank. Inhale here, and on your exhale, down to the ground. Inhale, up for baby cobra, and exhale back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out here. This is our first downward dog, so be very gentle with yourself. I'm going to turn so you can see me better. There we go. Pedaling your feet out. Your gaze should be either at your knees or the opposite wall behind you there. And when you feel that nice stretch from your tailbone to your hands, that's where we're going for. So if your knees have to be bent in order for your spine to be straight, that's fine. But don't be discouraged if your feet can't reach, your heels can't reach the floor. That's just fine. Just toward the floor. Inhaling here, and on the exhale, step your feet up to the top of your mat. In your forward fold, knees bend. Inhaling, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. I'm going to stay in this position so you can see this way. Hopefully that's not too distracting. Okay. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant and step back to your plank. In your plank, take a breath here. And then you can drop your knees if you need to, like I do. Or chaturanga all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths here. Enjoying this nice long spine. Restorative in some ways. Feels really good. Inhaling and then exhaling, bringing your feet, stepping 1 foot at a time to the top of your mat. Forward fold, bending your knees. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do this 2 times on our own count now. And I'm not going to cue. I'll let you just go ahead. I'm going to do it. So if you'd like to follow me, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, we'll do 2 rounds and I'll meet you back in mountain. letting go of those things that the Lord is bringing to mind as we move on our mats, offering them to Him, our good, good Father. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhaling, forward fold. And we're going to bring ourselves back down to a tabletop position. From here, I invite you to sit back gently on your heels. You don't have to have your toes curled under or anything. We're just going to stay here for a second. I'm going to invite you to come up to a 90-90 low lunge. And here, we're going to do a little bit of a flow on our knees. So if you'd like to use a blanket under your knees, I have 2 mats, so it's a little cushy right here. But if you need a blanket or a towel, please go ahead and adjust for that. Just underneath that knee area there, just to help protect a little bit. And while we're here in this low lunge, just take a second to notice where your pelvis is, making sure that our tailbone is pointing down and the crown of our head is reaching up. Shoulders are up, back, down, and we're nice and strong. Maybe your hands are on your hips or on your leg. Just taking a moment here. And you know what? Actually, if you have blocks handy, I'm so sorry, grab those real quick and put those on either side. Give you a second to grab those. Okay, so we're in our 90-90 low lunge. Our blocks are in position. And we're going to inhale our arms up. And then we are going to twist open just our upper bodies. So our hips are going to stay facing the top of our mat, but our midsection and upper body are going to open to the right. Inhaling our arms up, exhaling to the other side. So we're to the left now. Inhaling up, we're going to come down, grab our blocks and press back to a runner's lunge. Inhaling here. And exhaling, coming forward, making sure that our knee doesn't cross over our big toes. Maybe your arms are up in the air or on your blocks. Coming back to that runner's lunge once again, inhaling. And exhaling, coming forward. Very good. Coming back to center. We're going to do that again on the other side. So I'm going to invite you to come back to heroes for just a second. Take a breath here. And then on an inhale, coming forward with the right leg forward, or your other leg, whichever one that you haven't done yet. Arms up overhead on your inhale. Exhale, open up wide to the left side if your right knee is forward. Inhaling back to center, exhaling, twisting to the left, to the right. Inhaling back to center, bringing our arms down. Inhale with our runner's lunge. Exhaling, coming forward. Coming back to our runner's lunge. And inhale, coming forward. And then back to hero's pose. So we're going to do this a couple of times. And I will cue you this because this is not a standard flow. So we'll start with our left knee coming forward. So come back up on your inhale. Exhaling into position. Nice long spine. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open, twist. Inhale, up. Exhale, close, twist. Inhale, up. Runner's lunge. Inhale, up. Crescent. Coming back for runner's lunge one more time. Up for crescent one more time. And back to heroes. And we'll do that on the other side. Inhale up. 90-90. Inhale up. Over to the left. Inhale up. Twisting on our right. Inhale up. Runner's lunge. Inhale up. Crescent. Inhale back again for runner's lunge. Up for crescent. And back to hero. From here, we're going to go on to a standing flow. So curl your toes under, hands kind of like you're in table, pressing yourself up to walk to the top of your mat. There we go. And we're going to kind of do the same flow in a standing position. So if you had a blanket underneath your knees, this would be the time to get it out of it. So standing and mounting at the top of your mat, placing the weight in your left foot. Our right foot's going to come up and back into a high lunge. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, open to the left and to the right. Inhaling up. Exhaling to the left. Inhaling up. This time we're going to go to a warrior two. Warrior two, making sure that our back foot is parallel with the back edge of our mat. Our front toes are pointing forward. Arms are nice and strong on a T. Our hips and shoulders are facing the side edge of our mat. Looking over the front fingertips, bending into that front knee, which is not exceeding the toes. Inhaling here and exhaling. Letting go of maybe perfection or getting it right on our mat right now. It's okay. Give yourself grace. Inhaling, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale to warrior two. Front knee straightens out. And we're going to go to triangle. So we're going to shift our upper body to the front edge of our mat. And then gently bring ourselves down. Maybe you like to use a block to help support you. You can do that. The idea here is to have our shoulders, if we can, stack one over the other. If not, that's okay too. You're getting there, that's fine. Breathe in here. Can you breathe? Letting go of expectation of having to get it right. Inhaling back to warrior two, bending into that front knee. Gently moving that blank. And then windmill our arms down to a high lunge, low lunge. Flipping back to a plank, bringing our knees down. Then our bodies down to the ground. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, curl the toes under to downward facing dog. Taking a breath in a moment here. Maybe you like to choose child's pose instead of downward dog, and that's totally good. Do what your body's asking you to do. On your next exhale, walk your feet up to the top of your mat. Bend your knees. On your inhale, lift your arms up. Hands to heart center on your exhale. We'll do this on the other side. So our weight is going into our right foot this time. And I'm going to switch sides here, sorry. Our weight is in our right foot. So we're going to bring our left foot back to a high lunge. Now inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, twisting just our upper body over to the left side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twisting to the right side. Inhale, arms up. Pivot that back foot, and we'll go to warrior two. Nice strong arms. Hips and shoulders face the side edge of our mats. Front knee is bent, looking over those fingertips. Flip that front palm and reach up to reverse your warrior. Exhaling, bringing it back forward to extended side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Bring that upper body up closer to the front edge of your mat. And then tip gently over. Using a block if you'd like. If you don't have a block, that's fine. You can rest your hand on your shin, on the floor if you can. Just want our shoulders to be stacked if we can do that. Breathing in and breathing out. Smiling. Where is your breath in this moment? No holding breath, only the pose. Back to warrior two on your inhale. Exhale, windmill your arms down to square the front foot. Exhale back to your plank. Inhale here. And on your exhale, bring your body down to the ground. Inhale for baby cobra. Exhale either back to child's pose or maybe downward facing dog. Taking a couple breaths here. Giving it to God, letting go. Trusting Him in each season. On your next exhale, step your feet up to the top of your mat in your forward fold. Bend your knees. On your inhale, reach up for the sky, arms up overhead, and hands to heart center. Very nice. We're going to do that same flow one more time on each side. So start over here so you can see my back doesn't turn towards you. In your mountain pose, arms up overhead, and then hands to heart center. Our right foot is going to be the one that kicks back, so we'll go into a high lunge. Left leg is forward. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, open to the right. Inhaling up. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, arms up. Pivot that back foot to warrior two. Inhale, up to reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Shift that weight forward and triangle. Inhaling back up to warrior two. Exhale, windmill those arms down. Press back to plank. Inhaling here and then exhaling, bringing our bodies down. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, either child's pose or downward facing dog. On our exhale, we walk or step our feet to the top of our mat. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do this on the other side. Our weight is in our right foot this time. Left foot steps back to high lunge. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, left side twist. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, right twist. Inhale, arms up. Pivot the back foot, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten that leg and then pivot your upper body, bringing your arm down to triangle. Inhaling back up to warrior two. Exhale, windmill your arms down. Inhale, up here in plank. Exhale, knees come down, body comes down. Inhale, baby cobra. And then exhale, child's pose or downward facing dog. And on your next exhale, walking up to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. So lovely. We're going to bring ourselves down. Oh, actually, no, I'm so sorry. We're gonna do tree because it is October and autumn. So we're gonna do tree. And as I was thinking of tree, I was thinking of the sparrows and how God provides for the sparrows. How much more does he love and provide for us? So keeping that in mind as we are being gracious with ourselves in our tree. So let's put our weight in our left foot. Hands can be at heart center or at your hips. So then we'll open up our right hip. Knee faces out perpendicular to our body. Hips are still forward. And then your foot can either press into your shin, or if you can, up to your thigh. I usually can't stay here for very long. And your arms can stay at your hips or wide open. I think of, again, the falling leaves, God's goodness to all his creatures in every season. And we are part of that. Breathing as we focus on one unmovable object in the room. Smiling, knowing our Lord provides for us. And back to center. Lovely. Weight in the right foot, left foot kickstands against the right, left knee is pointing out and perpendicular to our body. We can bring our leg up when you're ready to whatever angle, either your shin, not your knee, just not your knee. So your shin, or if you can go up higher, which again, I usually can't. Breathing here, focus on that one spot in the room. Focus on our Lord. He gives us strength. He provides. We just have to let go of worry. Distractions. Whatever those things are for you. And back to center. So nice. Now we'll come down to the ground. Okay. I invite you to come and sit in staff pose. So feet out in front of you. Toes are pointing to the ceiling. You feel our sit bones underneath us. And our hands are alongside us. Nice tall spine. Just taking a breath in here. Noticing how your breath is feeling in your body now as compared to the beginning of our class. Noticing how the quality of your thoughts are now as compared to the beginning of class. Taking another deep breath in here. And on your exhale, you can begin to walk those hands forward. Stretching in a seated forward fold. My forward fold doesn't go very far at first because my nervous system won't allow it. So I gotta do it in stages. So inhaling And exhaling a little more stretch. Maybe you have the same issue. Whether you're holding onto your feet, your ankles, your shins, maybe just putting your hands onto the ground. Just enjoying this stretch in the back of our legs, maybe in our back. Inhaling, walking your hands slowly back up to a seated position. And we'll take one of our legs, just like we did in tree, and bring it against the other leg. So we're sitting kind of in an L-ish kind of shape. Inhaling to grow tall. Exhaling, walk those hands forward again. Noticing how this stretch feels differently than the last. Slowing our breath down. Letting go and letting God, as they say. It can be cliche, but it doesn't have to be. We can design it and customize that little phrase to a breath prayer, whatever that may be for you. Letting go of whatever, and trusting in Him, or letting God, whatever. Letting go and letting God. And the next inhale, slowly walking those hands back up. And switch sides. Nice and gentle. Setting yourself up. Other side. Inhaling to grow tall. And exhaling to walk your hands forward. Letting go of any tension in your jaw. Letting go and letting God. Noticing how this side feels differently, or maybe the same as the other. On your next inhale, gently walk yourself back up. And bring your other foot to meet your both feet meet in cobbler's pose or Vinyasa. If this is uncomfortable and you want to put some blocks under your knees, you're more than welcome to do that. I need to make sure my sit bones are nicely put in, grounded into the ground. Your legs can be in or out as far. Your feet can be in it or out as far as is comfortable for you. But we'll take a breath here and grow tall again. And exhale, we can come forward. I like to bring my elbows into the insides of my knees and press down a little bit. It feels good in my body. Certainly, you don't have to do that if it doesn't feel good in your own. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe what we need to let go of is anger or negative mindset, or for me, a lot of times it's control and my fear. Just thanking God for his provision, that he's trustworthy. We can give these things to him. He never changes. Always for us, never against us. Inhaling back up to a seat. Gently underneath your knees here. Bring your knees up with your hands so that there's no extra strain in your body. Scooting down, we're going to lay down on our backs. And I'll move right here. Coming down on our mat. We're going to hug our knees into our chest. I like to grab underneath my knees. Maybe you prefer on top, whichever's comfortable. Maybe rocking side to side. Giving yourself a little massage. On your next inhale, I invite you to bring your legs over to the right side. Tee your arms out so that you are in a reclined spinal twist. And maybe you prefer to have that right leg straight, and then you bring your bent left knee over, whichever is most comfortable for you. Just go ahead and do that. We're going to be in this pose for about 3 to 5 minutes. Just enjoying the stretch. And your next inhale, gently bring your head back to center. And then your knees. And give your knees a hug. Rocking back and forth as needed again. And then when you're ready, I invite you to bring your knees over to the other side, the left side, for a left side stretch. Again, we'll be here for about 4 or 5 minutes. And bringing your head back to center. And gently bringing your legs back to center, giving your knees a hug in. Again, rocking back and forth if you'd like. You can go ahead and get yourself set up for Shavasana. Maybe you like to use that blanket that you have under your knees support your lower back a little bit. I like to do that, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna take a 5-minute Shavasana, and I will hold space again. A quiet Shavasana for you to just talk with the Lord and enjoy His presence. Maybe use a blanket over your body or an eye bag. Whatever makes you feel very comfortable, that's what we should do. Allowing our feet to fall to the side. Maybe your hands are palm up in the posture of surrender and receiving. Taking a breath in here, sighing it out, noting how you feel. Do a quick body scan, starting at our head and our forehead, releasing any tension we might have around the eyes and the jaw and your neck, shoulders, arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, in your back body and in your chest, letting it go, letting your muscles relax, in your hips, thighs, knees, calves and shins, ankles, and feet. Enjoy this Shavasana. I invite you to start gentle, start moving just your fingers and your toes very gently. Maybe touching each finger to your thumb. Taking a breath in and sighing it out. Make those movements a little bigger. And when you feel ready, roll over to one side and just stay here for a breath cycle. There's no hurry. If you're ready, you can press up. Gently bring yourself back to an easy seat. Inhaling arms up. Exhaling hands to heart center. Thank you for practicing with me today.